What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. And I don't know if you know, but I wanted to go live real fast because I am about, let's see what the count is. I thought it was only fitting that you guys helped me bring this 500,000 subscribers in. I am, I think 100, hold on. Let's see how many I'm away. I have 499,892 subscribers. So I am 108 subscribers away. We're gonna see if we can get the record during this live. So if you have not subscribed already to the channel, go ahead and click that button and help us bust that number wide open. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Love it, man. If you want to jump into the super chat, you can do that. If you want to make sure your comments go noticed, you can jump into that super chat and, you know, you basically would be like skipping the line. So if you want to skip the line, make sure your comments go noticed. You can jump into the super chat. I am going to go in on this subject. Then I'll come back, check the chat, starting with the super chat. Then I'll work my way over to the regular chat. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. And I think I'll share this page with y'all for a moment here. Let's see. Let me switch it over. Let's see. Switch. Share. Is that the page? Yeah. Okay. So here we go, family. That's not it. We're going to the protesters. So you remember the St. Louis couple who drew the guns on the protesters, the lawyers. So we have now several hundred protesters who have made a peaceful return trip on Friday to that mansion owned by a white couple whose armed defense of their home during an earlier demonstration earned them both scorn and support, more scorn than support. Protesters marched along the busy public boulevard called Kings Highway, which intersects with Portland Place, a private street that is the site of the Renaissance Palazzo-styled home. Why they gotta say, I don't give a damn what style home it is. But anyway, Mark McCloskey and his uncivilized wife, Patricia, pulled guns on protesters as they was walking down the private street. Now keep in mind, fam, the protesters didn't approach their home at all. Protesters didn't walk by and wave guns, hold rocks and act like they were gonna throw them at the house. The protesters didn't hurl insults at them or anything. They just had to come out of the house to show they had some guns. They gonna come out of the house with guns and like doing all of this here, posturing. And they would have been shocked to death if somebody would have pulled out a gun and popped their asses. Wish they would have been in there well within their rights, because I heard that they actually pointed guns at the protesters at one point. So these so-called people that love the Constitution so much, they love the American, the freedoms that they enjoy in America so much, and they love the Second Amendment, they love the rights to bear arms, they love their freedom of speech, but they get offended when others exercise their freedom of speech. And keep in mind, fam, this was a peaceful protest. These people were going out of their way to be peaceful. You know, anybody try to get in the line, break the line with any type of disruptive behavior, they were stopping them in their tracks. So they had no need whatsoever to pull those guns on those people. So when I heard about this, I was more enthusiastic about the protesters returning when I first heard the story, as opposed to after I read it, because they actually returned to the site. They didn't walk right in front of the house on the main street. They stood outside of the gates and they chanted. But they said that there was some plain clothes. They said the lawyers had about 12 plain clothes men that was inside and around the property. So these cowards are scared now for their life. They got 12 guards, 12 people walking around in plain clothes to protect them. They need to be outed. They need to go to jail. See, that's what I'm tripping on. Why aren't these uncivilized rodents in jail? They should be jailed immediately. The children too. All right, let me go to the comments and see what you guys are saying. By the way, fam, this is going to be a quick one. Buckhorse, DC Buckhorse in here. God bless you, D, and God bless the ghetto boys. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Ghetto boys, baby. GB. Yeah. All right, let's welcome some new members to the channel. Tracy Allen, Dreams Don't Expire Media. Shauna Williams, Bridget Mask. All new members to the channel. Show them some love, fam. Who is that? Perrin Shields, Always Strapped. Royalty Simpson. Okay, that's what it do. Yeah, Diva Time says, and they should lose their license. Absolutely, they should lose their license. It is amazing how some people love the Constitution so much. They love America. Boy, they love America. They love their rights. But when others have a different opinion than theirs, which they have a right to have, is part of the Constitution, since we don't live in a dictatorship, you get to have your own opinions. You get to be able to speak your mind, say what you want to say without fear of retribution. But when others do it, these so-called patriots, the ones that really love America, the red-blooded Americans, they get offended. You know why? Because these bastards think they own the country. They think they own everything. They think they run everything. They think everything is theirs. That is why that woman walked up to that man's house the other day and rung his doorbell, walked on his property 3 times, harassing him about a damn permit, like she was the damn head queen of permits or something at the permit department. Bothering this man and this woman about a permit for building a patio in their own backyard. Boy, it couldn't have been me, man. Ooh, man. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me. I'm an American. All this African-American stuff, hey man, no disrespect. I love Africa, but I was born in America. That makes me an American, period. And I love that Constitution like they love it, except about the slave thing and all that. But other than that, I love it. All that bear arms, freedom of speech. Yeah, baby. Come on with it. I'm down. I'm red-blooded American. And I want the same rights. I demand the same rights, the same action as anybody walking this planet. I perhaps deserve more since my ancestors built this country. Since all of most of the riches of these countries, including these banks and these churches and universities, many of these they were built. Even the White House was built by descendants, or was built by slaves, the descendants of slaves, actually built by slaves. America's wealth. Over half America's wealth was a direct result of slave labor. You can't tell me I don't get no action here. Oh yeah, I want all mine and I ain't asking for nothing. I'm taking. I'm getting mine. And I'm defending myself. I will not hesitate to defend myself or my family or my country. Not hesitating. If Donald Trump don't want to leave office, I'll sign up for the military today. And I will go in on the mission by myself. I don't want no help. I add out all by myself. I'll go get him out of there. Just send me in. He don't want to leave, send me in. I'll get him all by myself. I'll do it for the country. I'll do it for all of those law-abiding Americans, those law-abiding, red-blooded Americans who believe in a fair deal, who believe in the voting process, who believe in due process, who believe in real law and order. See, Donald Trump and many of his supporters, they operate under do as I say, not as I do rule. That don't work around here. If anybody else can get it, you can get it too. I'm down. Send me in. Who I got to talk to? I never considered joining the military, ever. But I joined to get Donald Trump out of office. I hear people talking about he's saying he's not going to leave if he loses. Yeah. He's not going to leave. Oh, he's going to leave one way or the other. And the other has many choices. I'm talking about, it's so many options here. Oh man, let me do it. I do it for free. Got a couple of new members to the channel. Vic Gaines, what's up? Welcome to level 1. And Billy Roberts, welcome to level 1. Show him some love, fam. Billy Roberts and Vic Gaines. Yeah. Vic Gaines. Had been thinking about Kareem Gaines for a minute there. Yeah, so fam, who they think they are? But I'm glad that the protesters went right back to the house. I would have felt better if they would have went right up to the house, and I would have felt better if the protesters would have been strapped to protect themselves, legally strapped. Roll on up there and protest. You got every right. Why is it that, I got a question. Why is it that the occupants, the residents of that community, that gated community, why is it that they can block off a street and say it's a private street, but they get to ride down public streets unimpeded? Why is they can block off somebody from going down a private street, but they can ride down the public streets all day long? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't want to hear nothing about private, public, the difference is, and they pay taxes for this and that. We pay taxes on the streets they're riding down every day. They're not paying for those streets by themselves. Who was that? Jalen Couture? Let's see. Okay. All right, let's go back over. Oh, I got some good news too, fam. Anybody who is looking for employment, if you are in Texas or you know somebody in, well, actually in Houston, or if you know someone in, let's see, what is the other city we said we was going to get at first? Phoenix, Phoenix and Houston. But I got some other cities too that I got some job openings in. And I'm talking about some good money too, fam. Good money. You might want to continue to watch this podcast, because I'm going to give you all this information real shortly. You don't need any experience. They're going to train you, and you can be working as early as within the next 2 weeks. So I'm feeling good. I'm in a generous mood today. So I am going to help you guys out. You see what I'm saying? That's what this channel is all about. It's about family. It's about community. It's about unity, not division, unity. I know sometimes y'all might think this because I be riding on Trump, or I ride on anybody that get out of pocket, or especially when somebody is white, y'all say, oh man, Willie D's a divider. I'm not a divider, man. What I do is I expose the wicked. That's my job. I'm gonna expose the wicked. I'm gonna give my people the information they need so that they can have, so that it can aid them in this journey called life. Wherever I can help, I'm gonna help. But all this, but I'm not going to be afraid to speak out. I'm not going to be silent so that somebody else can be comfortable. Not even my white friends. I'm not going to be silent so they can be comfortable. If they got a problem with me speaking out about the injustice that goes on in America, then they need to move around, because I don't care about friendship that much. I'm not going to be silent so that anybody can be comfortable. I'm going to speak on it. New member, DOD. What up, DOD? Welcome to level 1. Who is that? Strong Handzilla. Valdez, welcome to level 1. Who is that? Black Mask, welcome to level 2. That's what's up. Show them some love, fam. Show them some love. Who's that? Rio Grande, AKA, what is that? Cass, let me see. What is that? Cass Cow, I believe. Welcome to level 1. I think I got it right. If you have not joined already, fam, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're only a few subscribers away from 500,000. Let's see, where am I? Let's see what the count looks like. We're going to try to bust that count. We're going to try to get the subscribers. We're going to try to get to 500,000 during this broadcast. So that is the goal today, to get to 500,000 during this broadcast. Let's see if we can get that. Oh, we're getting close. We're at 499,937 subscribers. So we are, what does that number look like? 63 away? We're 63 subscribers away from 500,000. I think we can do it, fam. I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna do it. We're at 400,099,943 subscribers. We're 57 subscribers away from 500,000. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button, fam. Let's get those numbers on up there. Let's get over this 500,000 mark. We ain't gonna wait till tomorrow. Let's get it now. Let's go in right now. New member, Gregory X. Welcome to level 1, Greg. Appreciate you. Your mama. You don't know whether to be offended or laugh about that, huh? Yeah, your mama. There used to be a restaurant. First of all, welcome to level 1. Show them some love, fam. There used to be a restaurant, a soul food restaurant in Houston called Your Mama's. And man, did they have some good food. The last great pork chops that I've ever had, I stopped eating pork chops years ago, but when I stopped, that was the last place that I had eaten pork chops at. And that's probably a good 15 years ago. Electric, it says, ignore anybody that tells you or suggests to you not to vote. They do not have Black people's best interest at heart. Wake up, stop sleeping. Black TV says, but he's talking to Black TV. Okay, that ain't none of my business. He's talking to Black TV. Let's see. Reparations is a must. We are here, you damn Skippy. Reparations is a must, well overdue. And this latest situation with COVID and them coming up with these stimulus checks and continuous stimulus checks and continuous conversations and all that, that lets you know the money is there. They know how to get the money when they want the money for anything they want to build, anything they want to fund. They know how to come up with the money when they want to. They don't want to pay reparations. It ain't got nothing to do with having the money, how we going to find the money, what we going to get it. It's not in the budget. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with their arrogance. It has everything to do with their fear that Black people are somehow going to become economically stable, that Black people are going to use that money for reparations to infuse the economy, the Black economy, that we're going to somehow pool our resources to become financially stronger. That's what they're afraid of. It has nothing to do with nothing else. So when they start doing all that talking, it is just to instill fear in those who don't really know. And then you got Black people saying, man, they ain't gonna never pay reparations. They ain't gonna never give us reparations. That's a lie. Don't you know that when during slavery, there were slaves who said the same thing? From year one, that Black people were enslaved. They were saying there were slaves that, well, I hate when I fall into the trap of calling Black people slaves, but there were Black people who were enslaved, who were saying, you know, we're never gonna get out of this. They're never gonna end slavery. From year one, they started. So from what was that, 1860, what is it, 1865, whatever the year was, when the people were freed, even up until that point, you still had enslaved Black people saying, they ain't gonna never let us go. We's ain't gonna never be free. And I don't mean to make light of it, but I'm not really thinking about those who made that statement, who were not who were just hopeless, but you know, they were strong-willed or whatever. They just didn't see the light. But it's the ones who are hopeless, but more so pessimist, just pessimist. Like, man, we ain't gonna never, we's ain't gonna never, we never, we's just this, we just always thinking the worst. It's those types. Slavery was one of the hardest things ever to get rid of. That was very hard. That was a very hard thing for America to come to grips with, to end. They were eating off slavery, man, all of them. And don't get it twisted. Not just people in the South were eating off slavery. The North, East, and West was eating off slavery too. They were manufacturing, delivering, transporting. They were doing everything. They were all eating off slavery. We had sitting presidents who owned enslaved human beings. Understand why racism is so deeply rooted in the fabric of America. We had sitting presidents who owned people. At least 8 sitting presidents owned people. Many of those presidents are seen in symbols. They're on streets, they're on buildings all over America. They have their image etched in stone all over America, in metal all over America. They're over there on Mount Rushmore. That shit need to be blown up. They were slave owners. They need to be taken off the money. Whoever is trying to hold on to this history that America has, this rape, pillage, murder history, any parts of that history, if you're trying to hold on to that, something is wrong with you. You're part of the problem. It's got to go. If you had a stepfather who raped you, who beat you, who beat your mama, who raped your little brother, who did nothing but torment you, would you be celebrating his birthday every year? Would you want to see pictures of him on the wall at your house? Would you want to see a street named after him? Ask yourself that. This is how we feel as Black people. This is how we feel in this damn country when we see these racist bastards being celebrated and honored. This is how we feel. But I know you don't give a damn about that. All you care about is, ooh, my history is going away. Ooh, they're hurting my history. You don't care nothing about righteousness. And yes, you are not a decent person if you care about the Confederacy. If you care anything about that shit, if you care anything about the national anthem, you are not a decent person. You are not. The national anthem is a racist piece of work. It was written by a racist. It has racist language all through it. It called for the killing of Black people. It has blood written all over it. You want to keep it just because you're familiar with it? You want to keep it out of familiarity? That's it? Just because it sounds pretty to you? That's why you want to keep it. No, you're not a decent person if you like that song, if you enjoy that song, if you stand for that song, if you're not trying to abolish that song, get rid of it, replace it, or get rid of it altogether. No, you're not a decent person. Not at all. And nobody can tell me different. Nonstop Lockett, what up? Welcome to level 1. Show them some love, fam. Nonstop Lockett. Tanner Johnson, electing Trump was taking our voting power back. What? Would Clinton or Biden change anything? I voted for him as a FU to media and politicians. Reps and Dems are evil. Best to vote for an outsider in. No, Trump was never an outsider, dude. You're brainwashed, man. Damn. He's been in office 3 years. You've had a chance to do your research. You've had a chance to study him. You've had a chance to listen to his many gaffes. You had a chance to witness his corruption. What do? You just ignored everything? You voted for him. That's your guy, and you're sticking with him no matter what. That's what you're saying. Come on, man. You can't be that slow, bro. Come on, man. Don't be in denial, man. Don't live in denial, and don't live as a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. There are Republicans out there that I feel that are redeemable, but Trump ain't one of them. Trump is one of the worst. He is one of the worst of the worst. And he has definitely sent this country backwards. Societies are supposed to move forward, not backwards. Trump has sent this society, American society, backwards. DB, what up? I see you, appreciate you. Let's see what the count is, family. We're trying to get to 500,000 subscribers. When I started the broadcast, we needed 100 and what was it? 100 and was it 130 something or something like that? Let's see where we are now. The last count, we was about 57 away. Let's see how many. Let's see where we are. Hit the refresh button. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Got to share this with y'all, fam. Right on the money, right on the dot. Here we are at 500,000 subscribers.